Hello and welcome once again to Biostudy Pathshala. Today, the continuation of the ecology will be proceed, and today's topic is we have already studied from our school levels the tropic level and its significance in our ecosystem. These are today's topic. So, what is tropic level? Tropic. This word comes from a Greek word tropos, which means to feed, and it states organism's position in an ecosystem in a food feeding relationship. This food feeding relationship is known as trophic relationship. In this diagram that you can see, plants occupied the base of the pyramid. So it is known as first trophic level or the primary trophic level. Next level occupied by the herbivores. That means they are the secondary trophic level. Next is primary predators or the primary carnivores. They are upon the herbivores, so they are known as tertiary trophic level or third trophic level, and the highest known as quaternary trophic level. Plants get energy direct from the solar radiation and store it as chemical energy. Herbivores feed upon this and gets energy. Primary predators again feeds upon the herbivores and energy transfers from the herbivores to primary predators, and the secondary predator feeds upon the primary predators and gets energy from it. So we can say that energy transfers from plant to herbivores, then herbivores to primary predators, primary to secondary predators, and if there one more trophic level might be tertiary predator. So energy transfers from the secondary predator to tertiary predator as well. So the transfer of the energy from one trophic level to another is always unidirectional. As you can see in this slide, I am trying to represent what is the status of any organisms, what are the characteristics of any organisms, as well as the rank of the organisms in the trophic level. So this is the characteristics of any organisms. That means it might be either autotrophs or the heterotrophs. These are the status. That means either they can be producers or herbivores, carnivores. These carnivores might be also primary carnivores, secondary carnivores, tertiary carnivores, and this shows the rank in the trophic level. So characteristics means autotrophs. Autotrophs can produce their own food by perceiving the sunlight. So producers are the autotrophs, and the rank of the producer in the trophic level is the first, that means primary trophic level. Heterotrophs includes the herbivores, primary carnivores, secondary carnivores, and tertiary carnivores. Herbivore occupies the secondary trophic level. Primary carnivores occupy the tertiary trophic level, whereas the secondary carnivore occupy the quaternary trophic level, and tertiary is the highest trophic level. Next is food chain. Chain means a series of any incident. If I write down that A, after that B, C, D, E, F, it is a chain, means series of letter. So food chain means when one organism feed upon that organisms and it followed by same way, it is called as food chain, and it starts from the producer and ends to the highest carnivores, and transfers of the food energy occurs in the food chain. It is a unidirectional way, and most importantly, it is a theoretical purpose to study a food feeding relationship in our ecosystem, as because in our ecosystem any organisms have not any preferences to feed upon only one species. As suppose we, that means humans, also have variety of selections to feeding, like many kind of vegetables, many kind of fruits, many kind of meats. So if I consider a lion feeds upon herbivores, lion has no any preferences like it should feed upon deer mandatorily. It has preferences to feed upon herbivores. So food chain is a theoretical basis to study the food feeding relationship in a simpler basis. So producer, as it occupies the base of the trophic level, it has the highest energy, and the highest trophic level shows the lowest energy, because if it I consider that it is a trophic level, and B feeds upon A, C feeds upon B, and so on, then if A has 10,000 kilojoule energy, B obtained from it only 1000 kilojoule, as only 10% energy transfers to next trophic level. C will obtain only 100, D will obtain 10, E will obtain 1, while F obtain only 0.1, and 90% will loss in environment. So 90%, the maximum energy cannot be obtained in the next trophic level. So the food chain should be short in size, as it is more stable, because the highest trophic level, that means the highest predator, can get more energy to live their life, and long food chains are less stable because the highest trophic level gets lowest energy to live their life, to survive, and the highest trophic level may get extinct as well. So in this slide, I represent food chains that on the leaf, caterpillar by feeding caterpillar to energy transfer to chameleon, chameleon to snake, and snake to mongoose. That means it is producer level, it is primary consumer, next is secondary consumer, this is tertiary consumer, and this is quaternary consumer. As you can see in this diagram as well, that leaf to grasshopper, grasshopper to mouse, mouse to snake, and the topmost predator is eagle. In the water ecosystem, phytoplankton to zooplankton, zooplankton to small fish to large fish, and large fish to piscivorous fish. This is a linear structure, not so complex, rather than it is simpler structure. Next is a statement that food chains should be small. To justify this statement, scientists gave two hypotheses. These are energetic hypothesis and dynamic stability hypothesis. Energetic hypothesis states that 10% of the energy transfers on next trophic level, and 90% of the energy lost as heat in each trophic level. So the chain length should be short in size, as the chain length, if the chain length is long, then the last trophic level would not get enough energy to survive their life. And next is the dynamic stability hypothesis, which states the fluctuations of the lower trophic level magnified at the higher trophic level so much that it might also the causes of the extinction of the topmost carnivores. Next is types of food chains. Food chains are mainly of two types. These are grazing food chains and detritus food chains. Grazing food chains starts from the producer, that means autotrophs, As because it starts from the autotroph, so this kind of food chains are also called as autotroph based ecosystem, and the energy flow in these food chains are unidirectional, and this type of food chains are found in terrestrial as well as water ecosystem. But the detritus food chain starts from the detritus level, so this kind of food chains are also called as detritus based ecosystem, and the energy flow is not unidirectional in this kind of food chain. And this kind of food chains we can find out on the tidal marshes zones. Next is food web. Web, this word means a network like structure. That means a web, net like structure. It is more complex than the food chain, and it is interconnected as because it composed of more than one food chains and form a web like structure, and it is more practical in our ecosystem, as because I have mentioned before that any organisms are not dependent upon a single species for feeding purposes. So different species are involved at each trophic level. I am trying to represent this as a food web. As you can see, this is producer. Grasshopper, rat, deer and rabbits are the primary consumers. Frog feed upon the grasshopper, cat feed upon the rat, fox feeds upon the deer and rabbit as well, snake feeds upon frog, cat, rat as well, and eagle feeds upon cat as well as rat, snake, might be frog as well, and the rabbit also be eaten by tiger, and fox also be eaten by tiger as well as the eagle, and deer also be eaten by the tiger. So it is a more complex structure and realistic in our ecosystem. This is also a food web. This is two. So next is ecological pyramids. Pyramids, or the ecological pyramids, first described by the British ecologist Charles Elton. It is a graphical representation of trophic levels. It might be on the basis of numbers or biomass or the energy transfers. So three kinds of pyramids we can see. These are pyramid of number, pyramid of biomass and pyramid of energy. The base occupied by producers and the apex represented by secondary, tertiary and quaternary trophic level, and maximum pyramids are upright, that means this kind of, and some are inverted as well, that means this kind of pyramids we can also find out. So first is pyramid of numbers. This pyramid based on the numbers of species in each trophic level, and mainly it is upright because the base which is occupied by the producers, the individuals of the producers are much more greater than the individuals of each successive trophic level. But exception is also found, that if we consider a tree ecosystem, means a single tree ecosystem. Scientist Elton attributed two factors regarding the pyramid of numbers. First is smaller animals are often preyed upon the larger animals, as we can find out in our ecosystem as well, that cat feed on rats. Rats do not feed upon the cats, right? And second is the population of the smaller animals usually increase faster than those of the larger animals. As we can see that lion can give birth some little offsprings than those of the rats and cats. So cats and rats are the smaller than the lions, so they have tendency to produce larger offsprings than the lions. These are some pyramid of the numbers. This is of water ecosystem. In water ecosystem, phytoplankton is the first trophic level, zooplankton on the second trophic level, small fish on third, and large fish on the fourth. Phytoplanktons are massive in number, so the pyramid shows a upright pyramid. It is a terrestrial ecosystem. In terrestrial ecosystem, the producer number is also large, so than the successive trophic level. So this two pyramid shows upright pyramids, but these pyramids show spindle shaped pyramid and it is inverted pyramid, because in these two pyramids we consider a single tree ecosystem. If a single tree ecosystem, then the producer number is 1, only producer is 1, but the herbivores feed upon the trees are much more greater than the producer, because insects number on the tree is much more greater than the tree. Primary carnivores are less than the herbivores, and the secondary carnivores also less than the primary carnivores. So this pyramid shows spindle shaped structure. But in case of parasitic pyramid, if the producer number is 1, herbivores number is greater than the tree, and the parasite lives on the insects are also greater than the insects. So this pyramid shows a inverted like structure. It is inverted pyramid. Next is pyramid of biomass. It is based on the total dry weight of the living individuals at a certain time of any species of any trophic level, and the total biomass of the producer is much more greater than the successive trophic level, and it is more common, and the common pyramid of the biomass is upright, but exception is found in this case also, that is pond ecosystem. First I should explain the upright pyramid, that is the total biomass of the grass is much more higher than the total biomass of the herbivores, and total biomass of the herbivores is much more greater than the primary carnivores, and so on. So this kind of pyramid we can find out in terrestrial ecosystem, but in case of pond ecosystem we can find out the inverted pyramid, as because phytoplanktons are single celled organisms and so lightweight in structure and microscopic structure, and so lightweight than the successive trophic levels. So the cumulative value of the total phytoplankton on any pond is so less than the successive trophic levels. So this pyramid shows a inverted kind of pyramid. Next is pyramid of energy. Only this pyramid show a upright pyramid always, and never can be inverted, because energy transfer occurs in a unidirectional pathway, and energy from each successive trophic level 90% lost in the environment and 10% transfers to the next trophic level. And this pyramid follows the Lindemann's law of the energy transfer and as well as law of the thermodynamics. Producer shows maximum energy as it perceives the solar energy directly to synthesize glucose and stores it as chemical energy, and the heterotrophs by feeding on the autotrophs obtain this energy. Here you can see, by the perceiving solar radiation, the producers store the energy, and if we consider the energy value is 1000 kilojoule, 90% of it means 900 kilojoule will be lost in environment, and 10%, that means 100 kilojoule, will be proceed in the next trophic level. Same occurs following trophic level. As you can see that 90 kilojoule will be lost in the environment and 10 kilojoule will be proceed in the next. 9 kilojoule again has lost in this environment and 1 kilojoule proceed in the next trophic level, and the final trophic level, that is the eagle, can get only 0.1 kilojoule, and which starts from the 1000 kilojoule and ends only 0.1. So it is a massive difference. So this is the graphical representation or the pyramid representation. Producer shows 1000 kilojoule, herbivores are less than the producer, primary carnivores again less than the herbivores, secondary carnivores and tertiary carnivores. So this kind of pyramids are always upright. This is the summarization for today's class, and I hope this video will helpful for you, and if it is helpful for you, please like, share and subscribe my channel, and any suggestions for my YouTube channel if you have, then please comment on the comment section below and give a feedback to my channel. Thank you.